I've camped alone for 15 years, since my 20s. I'm in my late 30s now. I know the risks. I carry a .308 bolt action on every solo trip. This happened about 2 years ago in Daniel Boone National Forest, over 700,000 acres of eastern Kentucky wilderness. If you know where to go, you can hike days without seeing another soul. Work had been brutal, my headspace worse. I needed escape. Drove out Thursday morning, parked at a trailhead off a Forest Service road and started hiking. Plan, 3 nights backcountry. Simple. First day, deliver exactly what I needed. 7 miles in, I found flat ground near a creek bed, pitched camp, gathered wood, built a fire, a sunset. Cooked dinner, drank a beer, watched flames until they burned to embers. Didn't see a single person. Fell asleep around 10. I woke sometime in the middle of the night. Brain just switched on, the way it does in unfamiliar places. Lay there staring at tent ceiling. Then noticed something, a faint orange glow through the walls. Unzipped the flap and looked out. Maybe 200 yards through trees, a fire, campfire-sized, flickering. I watched, waiting for voices, movement. Wanted to confirm it wasn't a forest fire. After several minutes, nothing. No sounds, no movement, the fire just burned. Figured another camper I'd missed during the day had gone to sleep, leaving their fire burning. Irresponsible, but not uncommon. Watched 5 more minutes, then zipped up and went back to sleep. Didn't bother me much. Next morning, curiosity drove me to investigate. Packed camp, hiked toward where the fire had been. Took about 10 minutes to reach the area. A natural clearing matched the angle I'd viewed from. I stopped cold. No fire pit, no ring of stones, no hash, no scorched ground, no charred wood, nothing. Ground completely undisturbed. I walked the entire clearing, searching for any sign of human presence. Nothing. Pristine wilderness. I stood there genuinely confused. I'd watched a campfire burn for at least 5 minutes, yet the ground where it should have been looked untouched for months. Considered wrong spot, but no other clearing matched distance and direction. Nothing I could do, so I moved on. 2 more nights planned. I wasn't cutting trips short over something unexplainable. Hiked most of the day. Terrain changed. Creek bed fell away. Ground climbed. By mid-afternoon, I reached denser, older forest. Taller trees, thicker canopy blocking most sky. Quieter, peaceful. Found good campsite around 4. Evening, uneventful. Doused fire after 9, turned in. I don't know what time the sound woke me, but it was loud enough to pull me from dead sleep. Distant, enormous crackling, like a thick branch snapping, but continuous, violent. Lasted 3 or 4 seconds, ending in a deep, resonant thud I felt through the ground. A tree falling, somewhere deeper in woods. If you've heard that sound before, you know it's simultaneously amazing and terrifying. Didn't scare me initially, but the scale and force triggered crazy adrenaline. Lay there, processing. The more I thought, the less sense it made. No storm, barely any wind. Nothing should have brought down a tree that night. Couldn't fall back asleep, heart racing, adrenaline keeping me wired. Closed eyes, waited for it to fade. 10 minutes later, it happened again. Much louder. Same gruesome crackling, crash of branches, deafening thud. This one close, not on top of me, but close enough that sound was disorienting, and it came from completely different direction than the first. 2 trees, same night, different parts of forest, no wind, no storm, inconceivable. I sat up, genuinely scared now, grasped for a logical explanation. Maybe first caused a chain reaction, but that didn't account for different locations. 2 separate events, even more inconceivable. Then I heard something new, something that took fear from medium to absolute maximum. Low, continuous rumbling, cross between groan and growl, like a person clearing their throat, except it didn't stop. Not any animal sound I recognized. I've heard bears, elk, bobcats. Not this. It sounded intentional, and it continued for what felt like a full minute without variation. I grabbed my rifle, chambered around as quietly as possible, aimed at the tent flap, full panic. Sat like that maybe 20 minutes. The sound tapered off, faded like whatever made it moved away. Then silence. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. Couldn't have if I tried. Worst night of my life. As soon as daylight appeared, I packed and walked toward the second tree, the closer, louder one. Needed confirmation it was real. Rifle ready in my hands. Found it after about 10 minutes. Massive trunk lying across a shallow slope, broken branches and debris scattered everywhere. Real, I hadn't imagined. I approached the stump, about 3 feet high. Wood where it broke was pale and fresh, but the break wasn't clean, not the jagged fracture from wind or root failure. The wood around the break point had been torn apart in ways I'd never seen. Long, irregular grooves running through at different angles, some at least an inch deep, stripped and chewed rather than cut or snapped. Bark around the base had been peeled in long strips. Exposed wood underneath had that same gouged, chewed appearance. I'd seen beaver damage, clean cuts, woodpecker damage. Not this. This was aggressive, messy, covered too much surface area for any animal I could name. Something had worked on that trunk until it came down. Nasty feeling flooded my gut. Time to leave. I backed away. Then something near the branches caught my eye. A small cluster of items on the ground, man-made. I checked them. A blue bandana, a carabiner, both mine. I tore through my pack, confirmed both missing. I grabbed everything and ran. Didn't know if running was right, if it would attract attention, but I did it anyway. Moved as fast as weight allowed. Hiked back most of the day, feeling stalked, watched, expecting something to leap from anywhere. Kept my rifle in hands the entire time. Reached my car around 3. Drove out faster than I've ever driven anything. First thing when I got safe distance, called the police. They didn't take me seriously. I didn't care. Knew there was probably nothing they could do. Didn't care about that either. I was messed up for days afterwards. Nothing made sense. My stuff had been rummaged through, something had stalked me or known my location the whole time. That unexplainable fire from the first night had to be connected. No coincidence. And those trees, I still have no explanation for what could have cut them down. Nothing human. But as for what animal, I have no idea. I still camp, believe it or not, but this experience will hang over me forever. The forest doesn't forget. It waits.